of that good stuff, man. I could go outside, have my shirt off, you know what I'm saying? Show what God gave me, you know what I'm saying? My skin's Tony Tone. But now I'm like, nah, bro. Y'all see, I got on a hoodie today. I ain't
Hoodie,
playing with
all
that.
right. Hoodie, come on, bro. You big like me, bro. You insulated.
Nah, bro. I ain't playing no games no more, bro. Gotta keep it warm. Gotta keep it warm.
Hey, but getting into this, man. Last night it came across while I was doing the sidecast. I got a little vibration to the phone. I look and it says Demarius Thomas passed away at 33 years old, man. And they're not too sure exactly what it is that caused his death. They said it it looks to be medical. Um, Hoping it's that and it's not something else that we've known some football players that end up doing when their careers are over and taking their lives. So I'm praying that it's not that. But man, how do you feel? Like how shocking is this to you to see this man, 33 years old, gone?
I mean, this to me, this is very shocking to me, bro. Like, cause I mean, granted, one of the best receivers in Denver, man, to come through Denver Broncos, man. He actually, got a Super Bowl win against the Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl
Right.
again in Peyton's last ride. So, it's just 33 years old, man. That's really, really, really tough to digest. Again, being so young, and like they said, they don't know the cause of the death right now. It's just to be medical, but when I first heard about it, the only thing that I could really think about was, are we really starting to see that this NFL high contact sport is really doing something to these guys, man? Is it really hurting them that bad mentally, emotionally, physically, to where they just can't stand it and they gotta get out of here? Like they try to check out early. I mean, we know he just retired. He just set up for his retirement in June. So I mean, it's like, dude, like, as far as I know, he. I mean, he was an outstanding guy. You know what I'm saying? Going out, doing things, and just bright smile. Everybody said likable to be around and stuff like that. But it's just it's terrible, man. 33, you got so much life to live, so much life
Right.
to live, and now it's just gone.
Yeah, I mean that's what my first thought was like when I seen it. I was like, man, I was with you. I was like, did mental health catch up to him, and it was just too much to bear. I mean, we've seen it multiple times after these guys call it quits and retire. Through like Aaron Hernandez. I mean, look what they did to him. CTE made him turn into a murderer and
Right.
do things that you would never think that he would. I mean, he was a top caliber football player. And that was my first thought when I read it, and I was looking, and they said they found him in his house, and they believe it's medical, and I was like, okay, it kind of relieved me a little bit just to read that, but I'm waiting to find out what the whole thing was, and like 33, I'm only 4 years older than the man, you know what I mean? Like it's
Wow.
to see somebody that was at the top to be going like that, and like you said, is it really that bad now with like the pressure that these guys are under day in and day out? I don't think a lot of people put that in perspective. I mean, the fans put a ton of pressure on these guys. The team puts a lot of pressure on these guys to be elite at all times. Like they don't have a normal life.
100%.
And is it getting to the point where it's so demanding that they can't control their mental health anymore, or they have no outlet for being a human?
I mean, we gotta look at it, man. You gotta really look at it, because again, I mean, just hearing all the cases that have happened just over the past month. You you
Yeah,
you had, like I said, you had Everson Griffin, who we looked at was in his home, and he didn't want to come out because he believed someone was after him. I mean, and end up coming out, getting the help that he needed. But it's just it has to be something, like, again, something that's done to something for them after the game,
right.
man, because again, we know a lot of them, they have families, they have all kind of other things. It kind of got stuff to help them get away from their day to day hustle, being alone. But again, too, we got to take into consideration we are still in a pandemic here in America. So again, that weighs a big part on people, especially that are dealing with mental illnesses and stuff like that. Can't get out, don't know which way to go, and all of that other stuff. I mean, I deal with a little bit of it myself. I'm not 100%, that ongoing guy, but I have a lot of little anxiety and stuff, things that I deal with as well. But still, at the end of the day, man, it has to be something set up for these guys after the game, man. It just has to be something to get them just
Back to
either a
normal.
support.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
a support group would even help, bro. Like,
right.
even if they're willing to go, but it's sad hearing stories like this, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Sad hearing them.
the way I look at it is, I mean, I know how hard it was for me when I stopped playing. Like, I played from 6 to 33, and I never wanted to stop. You know what I mean? And then when you stop, you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know
Right.
where that outlet is, like, to be aggressive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and that's what you're taught. You're aggressive all through college. You're aggressive whole way up through Pop Warner. It's play aggressive, be aggressive. So
Right.
when these guys get to that point, they don't have nowhere to go with anything. So
Right.
like I agree 100%. I think the NFL really needs to dig into getting these guys a ton of help. It's sad to see this man go. Hopefully, it's not the way it can be. Hopefully, it is a medical issue, and we don't have to cross that mental health issues with him. I mean, hopefully, it wasn't anything like that.
Right.
So,
Right. That's just tough, man.
It is
Tough.
absolutely. We're gonna move into the recap of last night. Yes, you got me on this one, but almost didn't get me on this one. This game was crazy. I sidecast this game last night. Watched the whole thing. This game was wild. So you got the Vikings coming out the gate, 110 mile an hour. Dalvin Cook looks like he's a brand new running back that ain't got no wear and tear on him. This man's running, hitting holes. Like, the defense for the Steelers was non-existent in the first half. I mean, there was 10-yard wide holes. I've never seen that in the NFL game in my life. Man, it was so wild. They were up 29-0 in this game.
Listen, like I said, going into this on Wednesday, like I said, nobody listen. They need to get back. They gave up the only win to the Detroit Lions, bro. That's bad. You know how bad you know how bad that looks on you as
I mean,
a
what's worse,
organization.
tying with them or losing?
Losing, bro. Like, losing to you. They got to win in the win column, bro. Like, tying, that's at the. Nobody looks at the tie. Nobody really looks at it. I mean, yeah,
I've been
Steelers
looking at
fans.
it.
Yeah, Steelers fans got to look at it. But listen, man, losing to the Detroit Lions, bruh, no. They had to be in the back of their mind, like, yo, we going out here, we're gonna attack the Steelers like none other. Like, we not letting Ben Roethlisberger, who is like literally non-existent for the team at this point, like, do his thing too and beat us. Like, we know Steelers fans were going back and forth crazy, but just to see the explosiveness, like you said, Dalvin Cook and how he was hitting the holes, bro, you knew they was on a mission. They was on a mission.
That man had almost 100. He had over 150 yards in the first half. In the first half, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And then, like, they kept hitting the slant. Like it was while I was watching it, they kept catching the corners flat-footed on Pittsburgh side in the first half, and Justin Jefferson kept hitting this slant. There is nobody within 5-6 yards of this man. I'm like, bro, where are y'all? Y'all, like, what are we doing? We playing junior. It felt like they was playing junior high football, junior varsity, bro. Like, it was really bad in that first half for Pittsburgh. But to see the way Pittsburgh came back, the way they came back in that second half was insane. I mean, you had so much proficiency from the Vikings. Their defense, I mean, they were tearing Ben up. They were hitting him left and right. I think he ended up getting, I think he got sacked 3 or 4 times in the first half. And they weren't light sacks. Like, they were getting clean, free shots. Like a Harrison Smith came flying down, busted him. I thought Ben was done. I thought he was done. I thought he was done right there. His whole head and body snapped. I said, oh my God, he cleaned him. Cleaned him. And Ben never seen it because it came from the backside. I said, God. I was looking to see because they kind of cut from the game a little bit. I figured Ben was hurt and he wasn't getting up.
Like,
so I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, this dude just got rocked. Like he just got blasted. And I'm over here, ooh, like, and then Ben gets up, and you know, like the look on his face, he's just disgusted. He's disgusted. I was like, man, Ben about to check out right now. But like, yo, just get Haskins some clothes and let's go. Get Haskins dressed, and let him throw the ball.
But let's not forget, man. Let's not forget too that we did discuss coaches on the hot seat last show.
Not on the hot seat,
bro. I mean, Zimmer, he's one of the ones, bro. I mean, and then you got to think about it too. That probably would have had to put Tomlin on some sort of hot seat. I don't care if it's on the middle burner, but he would have been on the outside burner.
He don't want nothing. This is his first losing season. And it's not even losing yet. He's 6-6.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, you lose to a team who lose to Detroit, bro, and you tied with them. Like, come on, man.
I mean, the way, like I'm telling you, like, it was crazy. I was watching passes and stuff like that, man. I was watching what was going on. And it looked like they were just so sluggish, like, to start the game. You know what I mean? Coming off a short week. It looked like they were just like, yo, I'm tired. I don't want to be here right now. Like, it was, the receivers weren't running routes. Like, they were stopping their routes and just, like, giving up on plays. I'm like, I thought, like, I had no clue it was going to turn into what it did. And then you come back out the second half, and the Steelers, it's like they flipped. Like, the Steelers defense started going crazy. And then the Vikings defense disappears. Just disappeared. I was like, yo, what happened? Like, where's the blitzing? Where's all this at? They weren't sending people like they were the first half. I'm like, yo, how are you going to stop doing what you did in the first half when they couldn't block it?
So do you think even if Thielen was playing in this game, it would have been a lot worse for the Steelers? They probably wouldn't have been able to get back in the game then.
I think he definitely probably would have made a difference. I mean, because there were some drop balls that were a little suspect that Justin Jefferson dropped. He dropped a touchdown twice. Mm-hmm. He would have had 2 touchdowns. He would have caught 2 touchdowns. He dropped 2 of those. And then I forget the other guy's name, number 17. He dropped a couple. He got smacked though. Like they tried to kill him in the second half. He went to catch the ball across the middle, and Mika Fitzpatrick, I'm talking, and they caught a flag on it, and I was like, I couldn't believe they caught a flag on it, because he came in, adjusted his shoulder, so he hit him right in the chest, blasted him, and I mean, I thought dude wasn't getting up. I couldn't believe he stood right back up. He was like, he said, boop, back up and walked back to the thing. I said, oh, you one of them guys. He got up. I said, that dude just got lit. But they played so differently in the second half. I mean, they were pressing these receivers, and you were seeing the same kind of thing happen to what was happening to Pittsburgh in the first half happened to the Vikings in the second half. Right. They started playing more physical. They were bumping the receivers, and like the receivers stopped running. Like a lot of these receivers would get bumped, and they wouldn't even run around. Kirk Cousins threw like 2 picks or something like that in the second half. And then, I mean, honestly, I think they win if they don't have the antics from Mr. Claypool.
Yeah,
give him a little bit more time to actually set up and throw the ball, and not have to rush. I think
Claypool just does too much, man. He does entirely too much. Again, I mean, I know he my Fighting Irish, my dude from Notre Dame, but dude, come on, bro. Like,
in that situation, I mean, you know this more than anything. You get back to the huddle, You ain't got time
Right.
for the extra stuff.
Right. Right. And it's, I mean, and his style of play this year doesn't even warrant for that anyway. Like
Right.
you're not even doing what you were doing last year. You're not the Claypool of last year.
No.
You're struggling. So it doesn't, you don't need to come out here trying to show out or do whatever it is you do. I mean, come on. Come
I
on,
mean,
man.
he had some big plays in the second half, but that one really killed you. I'm like, bro, like you're sitting here holding the ball, wasting time. You ain't no timeouts, so your situation awareness is gone. You have no clue what's going on in the game if you're doing that.
Right.
And
Right.
and then, I mean, they end up getting I think it was like 3 touchdowns. They ended up scoring 3 touchdowns in like 5 minutes. Pittsburgh did. It was so quick and crazy. I was like, man, because Najee really wasn't doing much. The next thing you know, Najee scored a touchdown on the ground. Najee catches one in the end zone, and then Ben hit a dagger, like a 60-something yard dagger to Washington in the end zone between 2 players. I was like, where you been, Ben? I said, where you been?
He still threw the ball too much though. 40 times, throwing the ball 40 times, only completing 28. That's still a lot on old Ben though.
That line's old. I mean, that line just was not. I mean, they were barely getting anything.
Yeah.
It was late. It was late when Najee sparked up and actually got blocking. Because I mean, like I said, Zimmerman was throwing all these different looks and stunts, and they were rushing forward most of the time. But they would always somehow they was always getting somebody free. Somebody was firing in there.
Right.
And they pulled off of that, and I don't know why they pulled off of it in the second half, but seeing Ben go down there, score like that, they end up getting a 2-point conversion, and then they get that shot to come back and come down the field, and they're driving and driving and driving. Claypool pulls his antics. You lose seconds there that are valuable, and Ben gets to throw the ball, and Ben literally. Probably one of the best throws I've seen a quarterback make. And I'm not a Ben fan by any means. But that man threw a dart. It went between a defender here and a defender here, and he put that thing right on that guy's hands. Right on that rookie tight end's hand, and that man could not bring that in. I said, oh my God. I was like, how do you drop that pass?
Yeah.
How do you drop that pass? But I mean, what do you see here? When you look at this game, what do you take away from it when you get into it? I
mean, I definitely take away the fact that, Dalvin Cook, his performance being that he was hurt and still you give us 205 yards on the ground. Like Dalvin Cook was the story of this game, period. Like that dude, I mean, coming into the game, he was questionable. He was very questionable. They even had him like doubtful at one point. Like they didn't know if because he had limited practice during the week. So when you get into this game, you see 27 carries for 205 yards. You like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, did he just take some kind of pill or something? Like, what happened to his body to where he just all of a sudden became this explosive guy? So I mean
he's always been explosive. Always been explosive, but that last night, I think that week off just
it looked different, man. It
gave
looked
him
totally
fresh
different.
legs, man. And fresh legs go a long way.
Yeah, but I mean, again, Kirk Cousins getting it done on a Thursday night. We know his record. Nah, he don't show up, but he got it done, with his team. So I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Dalvin Cook and that running game of the Vikings, what really helped them catapult them, even though they about almost lost it toward the end of the game on a drop pass. But they did their thing, man. I knew they was gonna have to win. Like I said, going into it when we made our picks, I was like, they need get back right here. It's only right that you get to get back because again, Detroit losing to the Detroit Lions, that's bad. I don't care who you are. You got some sort of winning record. You lose to the Detroit Lions, you got to get back this game. I mean, shout out to all the Steelers fans. I know y'all going through it right now. I just know. But at the end of the day, this right here, we had a lot of things on the table. We need to get back. Zimmer's like, I ain't trying to get on the hot seat. I'm not trying to be fired. Somebody gonna help me out, do something, man. And then they're still able to possibly get a playoff berth too. So that's the thing, man. Like, it was a lot going for them that they had to win this game. So, I mean, shout out to the Vikings, man, for doing their things and helping me get in the win column on the pick. Let's go.
I mean, so out of this game though. But like, I really don't think like either team is like playoff worthy, even if they get there. Like this, like how do you blow a 29-point lead and almost have to go to overtime?
It's that time of season though, man. It's that we've been saying this. It's that time of the season.
Oh no.
Listen, man, it's that time of the season, man, where you gotta do something to try to spoil somebody's way to get to the playoffs or spoil whatever they gotta do. So, you know,
So what do you say? Like, I mean, what do you think the Steelers really got to do this offseason to come back and be the Steelers that they were? I mean, I know, I know it's a lot.
A quarterback.
I know it's
a quarterback.
But is the quarterback solely the issue here?
Being honest, it's not. There's a lot of different things that's the issue. You got a quarterback spot that you need to fill. You got wide receiver spots that you need to fill. We're not going to necessarily say the running back spot because, again, Najee Harris is a young running back. He don't fully understand the system. I give him this year, he's getting a little bit what he needs to get, but you give him a full offseason and get him really ready, really ready. Oh, it's good. It's gonna be something to deal with, man. But I definitely think they need to address the quarterback position, the wide receiver positions in that O line. Because
nothing on defense.
I mean, but where you going? What you looking for linebackers?
I'm looking for some corners, maybe corners.
I mean,
they're getting old. They're getting old on the line. You know what I mean? They're getting old on that defensive line. Cameron Hayward ain't young no more.
We're not going to see the steel curtain defense anymore, man.
No, we're never going to see that. We're never going to see that.
They're not going to have a Joey Porter. They're not going to have a Marvin Harris. That's it.
Do you think the Steelers go full rebuild this offseason?
They need to. If it's up to me, they need to. I mean, at this point, for your particular organization and what you stand for and all the fans that you got around you, again, we know it, and I hate to say this, and Steelers fans maybe get mad at me, but they just like Cowboy fans. I mean, it's more them than it is Cowboy fans. So you see them everywhere you go. So you got to do something to address the issues and address the spots of where you need to be in order to get that team back to what it means. Because again, they in the AFC. When Tom Brady was over there, you worried about New England. Now he's not there. So you want to be one of the teams in the AFC to say, man, I want them to worry about Pittsburgh. Right. I want every time somebody load up or whatever they game that's coming on, Pittsburgh is the it. But they're not there, man. They're not there. So they got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I hope, like, I would think they would go full rebuild here, but I don't know. Is Tomlin a coach that can do a full rebuild? We never seen him have to do that.
He can't. He was under Tony Dungy's umbrella, right? So I think he's capable of it. I think he's capable of it at all times, man. I mean, let's see. I mean, he's more cool, laid back. He ain't worried about nothing. Like you told me, he's not on the hot seat, which definitely I still think he probably is.
There's no way.
If he ain't on the middle burner, he on the outside burner, man.
Any burner. He cool. He cool like the Kool-Aid man, bro.
He on the outside burner, bro.
He cool, bro.
Something. All right, cool.
No, he cool.
Joe cool.
Like the other side of the pillow, baby. He's straight.
Okay. Go find him chilling somewhere else in the offensive coordinator position somewhere. Keep playing.
I'd never. No way. You really? No. Out of there. Nah.
Okay.
He's a head coach. There's no way he goes back to no offensive coordinator spot. There's not a chance. He's proven. He's proven.
Keep an eye on it.
Wild.
Hey, you can't just coach with a good team. You got to coach in adversity too.
Yeah, I get that, and that's why I need to bend his ass down. That man looked like he checked out last night, man. I felt for him. Honestly. Like, he got up off the ground, bro, and he was like, you knew he wasn't. He wanted to tear somebody up, boy. He was not happy last night. But we're gonna move into this one. We're gonna move into this next topic. We're gonna move into Mike McCarthy saying, guaranteeing the Cowboys are going to win.
That's Cowboy Nation for you, baby. Hey, they winning everything. They don't care who it is.
They winning. That's why they lost both of them last year, right?
I'm just saying, bro. That's what they do. So I mean, you the team fan. I'm gonna let you get it, bro. I'm gonna let you get it. I'm
gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, really, I guarantee it. Guarantee that stuff is plastered everywhere. Anywhere these players are walking, they you're seeing this. They got the media posts everywhere. Guarantee there's something in the locker room. Guarantee there's something on walking out. They probably even got a sign out on the practice field, a big old sign made with McCarthy on it saying that they're guaranteeing the win. I'm gonna tell you what. You coming to Washington, you coming down to Washington first. You got to see us at Washington first, and you guaranteeing a win in Washington when we're on a 4-game win streak, knowing that done put some more butts in the seat. That house is going to be rocking.
Mm-hmm.
That house is going to be rocking, and y'all ain't been playing that good. Y'all are stoked off of beating a team and playing good defense, supposedly, against a team that's washed. The Saints is washed. They don't have nobody. You picked off a tight end / hybrid contract quarterback that can't throw the ball. All he can do is run.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This McCarthy's first year in this matchup.
Yeah, right? I believe. I don't think he
understands.
I don't think he was down there last year. Was he? When did he become the Cowboys coach? This season?
This season.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't there then last year. That would have been Jared, right?
I don't think this man understands the rivalry, man. Again, I be saying
this
all the time, bro. I say this all the time. When it's a rivalry, dude, I don't care who's the better team.
Like, this is a big rivalry.
Right, actually, exactly. I don't care who the better team is. When it's a rivalry, man, there's different things that's going to take place. Mm-hmm. There's a different mentality you have to face. There's a different playbook you have to face. There's just a whole different team you're going to have to face. Listen, Washington can go into this game, man, on a 10-game losing streak. I wouldn't even care. When they face the Cowboys, listen, it's about them Cowboys and the team. And when the team and wherever they at, it's war. It's warfare, man.
It's absolutely this is one of those games. I always say, like, as you said, it don't matter what the win-loss record is. Like, this is one of those things as you're playing in your division, you're playing a team that hates you. Mm-hmm. You hate them.
Mm-hmm.
And we got
the history behind it, man. It's the history behind it.
I think they even said they're gonna call out the Cowboy Killer himself, Santana Moss. He's gonna bring him out of retirement for the game so he can go kill him again one more time. But you got Terry McLaurin and you got DeAndre Carter. You got Samuel's healthy. You got Humphreys healthy. You got your whole receiving core healthy right now. And your line's good. And you got your boy. It's his second season, so he did lose both of those last season. So I don't know how he gets off with saying that you guaranteeing it.
So I'm saying,
but you got JD. They got JD coming back. JD McKissick coming back. He was at practice, and Landon Collins back.
So I'm just trying to figure out what did he get a newfound glory or something?
I don't know.
After the 10 days being absent from the team on the COVID
maybe he got the vaccine and it helped his life or something. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Maybe he's seen the light. I don't know. He's fallen in that Jerry Jones nonsense.
This man out here tripping, bro. But at the end of the day, I think Tyler Heineke, he's just like, listen, I don't care who put in front of me. I'm trying to.
He's beat some quarterbacks this season. I mean, he knocked off Brady this season. He done knocked off. Who else he knocked off? He knocked off Cam, right? He knocked off Cam. They knocked off. He knocked off a bunch of big starters this year. Carr, like that man been knocking big time quarterbacks out. Like he's swinging. Knocked off Russell Wilson. Like, that's not a bad lineup to be knocking off as a guy that was on his sister's couch at the beginning of last year.
Listen, one of the main things I think going into this game, and the reason why I think the Cowboys won't win the game, is because they still don't understand how to operate their offense. Now, if
Running
McCarthy
back.
comes, if he comes out there and he letting Pollard have that ball, you guys might be in some trouble. But I don't think they figured it out yet. I don't think they figured out that Zeke is not the man, that you need to give it to Pollard. Let him be the workhorse. Let him get the job done, and you'll be okay. Now, and then we got to address Dak too. We can't just let Dak off the hook. Nah, we can't let him off the hook. You throwing the ball with the man 50 and 60 times a game. Come on, man. I mean, I understand you wanted to become comeback player of the year, but that ain't how you do it. So if this offense is revamped and they done figured it out, you guys might be in some trouble. But I don't see y'all being in no trouble.
I mean, so like, what do you think here? So if Washington comes in here, smacks them in their face, wins this, do you think Dallas goes on? This is Dallas where Dallas starts sliding because they got some division games. They got to play the Eagles. They got to play the Giants. They got to play the Redskins again. They got to play them two times in three. I think it's 3 weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Washington got to take a trip down there. I mean, like this division about to get crazy, and I mean, I think if Washington takes this right here, you're gonna see who's gonna be the East. You're gonna see it separate itself, and I think Dallas in itself is, like, as you say, I don't think they have their offense together. They're throwing the ball way too much, and you're not running the ball. Like, so it's easy. It's almost easy to beat Dallas if you think about it. When you're throwing the ball, it's just like, you just play the pass. You might get a run every now and then. Play the pass.
But I mean, at this point, man, like I said, they would have had it undid something to revamp this, but I just don't see Dallas with the game plans that they've been putting together. I just don't see them winning it, man. I don't know.
I like it. I like it.
I don't see them winning it, bro. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard, and I don't think McCarthy's ready for that. I don't think he is.
All right. So we're going to move out of there and move into Randall Cobb possibly being done for the season. Getting surgery. I'll let you take this one out because you dug into this one.
Yeah, man. So this right here is tough for Green Bay. Again, Green Bay has a chance. I've been saying this all year long. They got a chance. They done already fought through stupidity with Aaron Rodgers. Got COVID issues, you done fought through that, but now you back down again. You're down again. Not only are you down one of your, not only are you down one of your top receivers, like he showed you in the game against the Bears that he can do what he can do, good things. Like, when you don't have receivers that can go get the ball, that's who you look for, Randall Cobb, right? So now you don't have him. You got Devontae Adams out there. You got Lazard out there. You got is Valdez, he's still there, or is he hurt too? I'm not sure, but it's gonna put some pressure on you. It's gonna put some pressure on you to perform when you need those clutch catches. I mean, come on, it's gonna be crazy, man. But this right here could definitely hurt them going, and I'm not gonna say like soon, but as they get deeper into the later times and maybe even make the playoffs, if he's not able to come back, that's when they really need to have him on the field. Because again, when you playoff football, we've already said playoff football is a different type of football. I mean, teams they scheme a whole different way on defense. So you want to have a guy like Randall Cobb who can give you those clutch catches in certain situations to open up the field for the other receivers to do their thing, but not only other receivers, but open up your running game as well. Because then, I believe the more receivers you have on that field that a team has the game plan for, the deadly you are. So with Randall Cobb going down, it could very well be something that can hurt them, man. Because again, we don't know what other kind of situation they're gonna have to deal with on top of that either.
Yeah, so, but I mean, I don't think, like, I somewhat agree with it with him being as clutch as he is, but then I'm like, man, they're deep. I mean, they got tight ends, they got receivers, and Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy he can put the ball on you. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna put the ball where it needs to be. So I don't know that this hurts him. I mean, that big, I can see going into the playoffs because then I mean, you want the sure hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you always want the sure hands on the field as much as possible. But I think they got some guys that are gonna step up and show out here. I mean, you'd probably have to be more worried about if they're running backs, what's the situation back in the backfield as long as those guys stay healthy. I mean, because if you lose even one of those guys, it changes the whole game plan for you.
100%, 100%. But see, we don't even know what's been going on with Aaron Jones as of lately too, because AJ Dillon has taken over that running back spot. He's getting those carries. So again, like I said, it could be something that you can keep an eye on and say that they need him. But again, they may not. But again, like I said, we know Green Bay and how they play.
Right.
So, and we know if they got 12 on the field, they're gonna make the plays. But I like going into this season for Randall Cobb to be a part of that team. I said that was a key piece that they needed to actually get over that hump, because if they end up facing somebody like Tampa Bay again in the NFC Championship game,
right,
you definitely gonna need him. Because that's besides the calls. I know it was calls in that game for somebody even say it or whatever. I know it was calls in that game, but matching up receiver for receiver, that'll help them out. So yeah, 100%.
So what are they saying is like the timetable for Cobb? Is he going for the year, or are they?
I mean, there's like only thing I've read so far, they said is just gonna miss several games and it could jeopardize the rest of the season. Because again, I guess they're saying he's probably just gonna miss the rest of the regular season, and then depending on how they do in the playoffs, boom, from there. So, I mean, with a core muscle injury, I mean, core muscle surgery, that is something you kind of need, and
I mean,
you don't
as
want
a
to
receiver for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to take no crazy hits and damage anything and put you out, for the remainder of your career. So that's gonna be tough.
Have to keep watching it and see what happens with them.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, man.
Let's see, was the Packers coach that cost them ultimately?
That's tough.
We are gonna get into this one. Chip Kelly. Going back to the Oregon Ducks, the dude that abandoned his team, they bring him back. What in the mighty quack is going on?
Bro, listen. This right here, if they can get Chip Kelly back, I think we'll start to see Oregon do what Oregon used to do. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen this, I was like, yo, that would actually be good. But the question is he gonna leave UCLA? I don't know. But because I know they're requesting to speak with him, they're trying to see what's going on. But we know when Chip Kelly was there, he took them to the BCS National Championship game, and they were the team, man. They were the team, man. In 2010, they were the team, bro. Everybody
stop him.
Be an Oregon Duck fan. This dude right here, man, listen. If they can somehow,
they're asking them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just crazy, dude. Like
they gotta get permission to talk to him before they can, like, really. But I mean, that's where we're at though. Like,
so I mean, into the Bruins, it'll be a $9 million buyout, but bro, like, I think that I would love to see this. I would love to see him put that Pac-12 team back on them.
I'm actually just surprised by the whole thought of it because of how he left there. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, oh, yo, what? Going? Yeah. And it's like, you were the team wasn't bad. You were winning. Like, it was like you were still a powerhouse.
Right.
And my man said, I'm out.
If they can make this happen, I'm telling you, dude, I'm excited for
do
it.
you see this happening? I guess that's the question. Is can you see them paying the $9 million to bring him in, and
Listen,
would Chip do it? That's the question.
there's a part of me that says yes. There's a part of me that says no.
So the part of you
But
that says yes, let me talk to that. I want to hear about the part that says yes, and the reasoning why
I
you get a
mean,
yes here.
let's be real. Oregon, I mean, their program, and I think I said this once before, like their program is not one of the ones that we always are used to seeing not being in playoff talk, not
Yeah.
being close to that, those top, what is it, top 10 teams and all of that stuff. We're not used to seeing that. Nike University is Nike University, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everybody an Oregon Duck fan out that way. You know what I'm saying? That's what they go for. So, I mean, yes, he left the wrong way, but we just like talking it over. Listen, talk it over, bring him back. I think it ignites something here. I'm excited for it because I'm excited for some friends I know that are huge Oregon Duck fans as well. Like, bro, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Because then we might even see a mix right there, man. You know, the SEC powerhouses, they may be like, you know what? We back, baby. We back in this thing. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see the matchups, man. And then we just see, little Clemson just keep fading off because they wasn't even in the talks now. They wasn't even in the talks, bro. We might see them just fade right on off. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it don't help me any. I mean, my team. I'm hoping this coach that comes in helps my team, but we'll see. But I mean, so what's the no part of this that you feel?
Just because the way he left, and again, like he does have an 8-4 record out in UCLA. So I mean, let's be real. I mean, he's still doing work out there. You can't. I mean, we're not gonna say that he's just gonna go back. But
so is this a situation that you think money talks?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Well, I mean, we know Chip Kelly likes the money. We know he likes the money.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. If the money can talk, he'll be back.
So what kind of contract do you think they throw out here for him if they can get it done?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's gotta be Husky.
It's gotta be some big money because again, we look at what Mel Tucker took over Michigan State. I mean, I think a lot of coaches look at those contracts and like, if he can get that, I'm gonna try to get something too. Like, come on now, I'm not a cheap coach, right. But at the end of the day, it's got to be some type of big money, man.
Yeah, I mean, so you pay $9 million to get him, buy him out. I guess that would pay off his contract or whatever over there. So you pay that. Now, do you go in like what kind of contract you think you give him? Do you give him a 3-year, 4-year deal? Or is this like a 2-year deal?
If you bringing him back in, man, I say you at least give him 2. You at least give him a 2-year. Come on, man. Listen, this is my plan.
Do you think Kelly accepts a 2-year if that's what's off or does he want something longer?
Man, if it's enough of money, he gonna take it. He gonna take it. But I put it to you like this, dude. You give him a 2-year. Get a man a 2-year, right? You let him bring in some recruits. Get your school together. Then you go, you shop around, you find you another good coach and keep that program going. And then boom. You know what I'm saying? You good to go. Because when you start getting into the 3 years. So
you say bring him in, use Kelly to build your program back up, and then ship him?
I mean, I ain't never seen nothing happen, but you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of bold. That's kind of bold move right there. He said, bring the coach in for 2 years, build the team up, ship the coach out, bring another coach in.
You gotta be smart, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You think about it. You know what I'm saying? You get freshmen come in, freshman, sophomore year. You see, you start working into their junior year, and then you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna be out of here. They like, oh, he leaving, I'm gone. Nah, a little 2 year, let them get in the door, get their feet wet. Do your thing. But all in
I'm
all, man,
done. My man
again,
said 2 years, build the team and ship him out.
I just hope that I mean, like I said, I would love to see this happen, man. Love to see it happen. It's still in question. It has not been confirmed that anything is going down. Again, they're trying to talk to him about coming back, but again, I just think all in all, it's a great thing if they can get him back there and get that program back on his feet to where it used to be and be a powerhouse of what they
Right.
used to be. We start to see not just SEC, ACC, that type of talk anymore. We started to see them actually doing their thing. Because I mean, I think it was one of the defensive ends. He's leaving and going to the draft. I think what's his name? Thibodeau. I think that's how you say his name. But he's
I don't
leaving to
follow
go to the
Oregon
draft.
too much.
So I mean, that's huge. That's huge, man. Because again, like I said, like I said, when Chip Kelly was there, them boys wasn't leaving, man. They was playing for him. They was
Right.
playing for him. He had big guys coming in doing their thing. So, like I said, I think it'll be a good thing. I think it will really be a good thing.
Right. Time will tell.
Yeah. I hope it's right. I hope it's the right time. I hope it's the
Hey,
right
we'll
time.
find out. I mean, I'm sure if the money is right, Chip will be on that boat coming on back.
Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Be on the pond with the ducks.
Crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's just it'll be great, man. I really want it to happen. Please make it happen. Please make it happen.
Please
Nike
make it happen.
University.
All right, so we're gonna move into this one. This one's crazy. We see the number one Purdue Boilermakers get knocked off by Rutgers
I'm gonna sit
at
back.
a last second
I'm gonna sit
shot
back.
from half court,
I'm gonna sit back.
and they lost.
I'm gonna sit back.
Holy smoke. He said plot twist. Pete Carroll goes to Oregon.
No shot.
No shot.
No shot.
Hey.
He's just
Pete's not. I don't think Pete's leaving. He's not leaving Seattle. He got it too good out there.
I'm gonna sit back for this one though.
I'ma
sit back.
I want to hear this one. I gotta hear this from you.
I'm gonna sit back for this one.
Nah, I gotta hear it. Like we got.
sit
I want
back and
every.
just relax.
I want all the smoke from you right now for this one.
Listen. Believe me when I say this, college basketball fans. That number one, man, it's a huge target. A huge target. Shout out to my man Wags, man. Listen. He come through. He in the show. All this stuff. I get it, bro. I get it. And I ain't just saying this because Purdue took down my Carolina Tar Heels. I'm not saying this at all. But listen, I know how this works, y'all. Being number one is not what you want to be. I don't care how good you are. You don't want that. Because you can see how easy it is. You get that mindset. Oh, we're number one. We out here. Yeah, Purdue, it's been a long time since they been sit at that seat. Again, the team is not taking nothing away from them at all. The team is magnificent. I mean, again, they got Yao Ming in the paint. I don't even know the cat name, but he Yao Ming big. Come on, man. Like, where you get that cat from? Then you got Javion out there. I think that's how you say his name. I may say it wrong, but you got him out there who's running at the 2 guard, 2, 3, the 2, 1 and 2. I think he runs the 1-2. He runs one full of speed, just crazy. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple dunks last night. Why a fast break dunk? The guy's fast, but at the end of the day, it don't matter. It don't matter who you are. When you get that number one seed, they're looking at their schedule and say, this what we want. This what we want right here. We want them. Rutgers, they fought hard last night. They fought. The game if you ask me, the game shouldn't have even been as close as it should have been. It should not even have been that close.
So who should have been out in the league the whole time?
Purdue. They got shooters, man. When I tell you they come off the ball screen so well at the 3-point line and they shoot so well, dude. They run the pace. They almost control the pace of a game. But again, we've seen, like they said, the curse of the number one. When you get it, You get comfortable. You get comfortable. Dude, we just seen it a couple weeks back.
So how
With
far
that-
how
with
far do
that-
you see them
with-
sliding?
Listen, we seen it a couple weeks back with that team. That team
Dude.
that's here.
Do, 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 do.
That team that's here. We seen it with them. Like I've been saying this, and I'll say it again. They don't deserve it at all. They never should get it. Never. But we seen it, and I said, you know what? It's gonna happen again, and it's gonna keep happening. Carolina's had it happen to them when they got number 1 seed. Knocked right out of it. But you just don't want the number 1 seed, man. I feel bad for Purdue for that. I mean, granted, you can say you did get to the mountaintop. You got to the mountaintop, but now stay a little down. Lose a couple games. It ain't gonna stop you from getting in the tournament. Just lose a couple. That's all you got to do. Let somebody else get up there. Let some more. Let the top 25 flip a little bit. Let it flip a little bit. Because when you're gonna get, like I said, when we get over into January, you know what time it is. It's conference play time.
Conference gonna be crazy.
Oh, conference play time, and then we going full speed, 100 miles a minute, baby. So you better be ready.
So what do you think here? Like, do they slide far? You think here? I mean, they lost that Rutgers was unranked.
I mean, at this point, they may. I don't think they slide out of the top 10. I don't think they slide out of the top 10 at all. I mean, they may slide. This is depending on what's going to happen over the weekend, too, because we still got a lot of good matchups that's coming up over the weekend. We know they got to play because we just seen Gonzaga lose. But who knows? I don't think they slide out of the top 10, but I think this is a teachable moment for them and a teachable lesson that, hey, don't get comfortable. Do not get comfortable. Number 1 is number 1. You let number 1 be where it is. The only time you really want the number 1 seed is going into that tournament. Well, you really don't want
that either because that's the worst thing.
You really don't want it either because you got to play 10 times harder. But at the end of the day, again, man, listen.
Everybody wants that tournament number 1 out.
Know what I've said. Know what I've been saying. Number 1 is a target, and they went down last night. The guy got the look. He took the ball. That was almost the shot that he made was almost just like a practice game winning buzzer shot.
It was. I watched it. I said, "Oh my goodness!"
but my thing is,
it don't matter how it falls.
On that, if you're the defense on that, you can't allow it.
You gotta tackle him or something. You gotta take a flagger and let him hit the line or something.
Man, listen, if it was me, that brother going to the line, you understand?
You going all the way to the line, brother. I'm putting the shoulder in the gut. Don't
going to the line. But that might have came down to coaching too. But at the end of the day, again, Rutgers wanted that game. They definitely.
What do you think this does for Rutgers here? I mean, does this push them into the top 25?
Oh, it's gonna help them. I don't think that pushes them in the top 25. Because
really? You don't think this pulls them up?
What was their record going into this game? I don't think
they had a bad record. I don't think their record was bad.
Yeah, I don't even know their record going into that game. So that's definitely not gonna push them in there. I don't think that's definitely gonna push them in there. Let's see.
What's Rutgers in now? Is Rutgers
still in there? 5-4. That could push them up there. That could push them up there. I mean, looking at the standings and the rankings right now, it's not gonna push them up there. They're definitely not gonna get up there.
Nah, Rutgers.
We still got a lot of 7-1, 6-1. We got 1 lost teams, 2 lost teams still out there right now. So that's definitely not gonna push them up to that. I mean, but it does give them the confidence that they can beat a power team. That gives them very good confidence that they can play ball if they play hard. So we may not hear from them again right now, but we could very well hear from them going into the tournament if they're in there. We know that that's a scary team at that point because then you go back and you have to look at this game that they just played against Purdue and say, well, they beat the number 1 team. So they're very capable of causing noise in this tournament. I know for me as a bracket player, when it comes to tournament, if I see Rutgers on there, I'm gonna take a note of this win that they got against Purdue, and I'm gonna make sure that I keep that in mind when I do my bracket and say, hey, let's keep an eye on this team.
That's actually a conference game for them, right? Mm-hmm. That's a conference game, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's a conference game for them. So they that's a big conference win.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch that stuff. It's real out here, man. Real out here. Number one seeds, man. Y'all don't get a number one seed. If your team a number one seed, stay away from it. Tell them don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, now we gonna move. This one was your favorite. You were excited about this. Hugh Jackson going to Gambling State. Talk to me, boy. Talk to me, baby.
That's supposed to be Grambling State. My bad. Typo on the thing there.
Yeah, that's him. He makes that stuff, guys.
But listen, man, Hugh Jackson taking the head coaching job at Grambling State is huge. And I say this because I don't think a lot of people have seen the impact or realized the impact that Deion Sanders has had in the HBCU schools. I mean, him taking that head coach job at Jackson State, you had Eddie George, who's over at Tennessee State. He took the job at Tennessee State. So again, this is kind of what Deion has been pushing for when he took the job at Jackson State. I mean, I know a lot of people's like, we don't need that. They don't need that publicity. They don't need this. They don't need that. But he has pushed so much that a HBCU school get the same type of recognition as a PWI, which I understand, man, because again, I've worked so closely with some of these people and I understand these students. I've been around them. I mean, you guys heard me say I've been to the Bayou Classic. I've been behind the scenes with Southern University. So I kind of know what these kids want and what they push for and how these families sit in the stands and they want their kids to be recognized on that same type of stage. Yeah, granted, HBCUs ain't, they're not PWIs. They're not paying that same type of tuition. Their schools are not the greatest, but this is major. This is another major thing for HBCU schools. Because again, Hugh Jackson, we know he coached the Raiders, he coached the Bengals. I mean, that's big. Because now they're going to get some good coaching. They're going to get some good play. But not only that, you mix that in with facing off against Jackson State with Deion Sanders being the coach, Eddie George, Tennessee State. And there's going to be a lot more of them that come on board as well. Because again, Deion's steady pushing for it.
I mean, this is huge, though. I mean, if you think about it, because most of these schools get overlooked when it comes to like the NFL and all that 100%. Stuff like that. And 100%. Deion's brought some big names. I mean, he's brought some 5-star athletes in over there already.
Yeah,
100%. And that's huge because, I mean, you know yourself that you don't ever see 5 stars go to those type of schools. And 100%. That's bringing more people to the fans. That's bringing more revenue into the colleges. So, like you said, some of the schools aren't that great, but that could translate to help some of these schools be great, you know what I mean? And get these kids a good education that can't afford to they don't make it into these D1 schools that cost you $60,000 to finish the school or more, you know what I mean? Like, so to me, I agree 100%. Like, I'm loving what Deion is pushing for, and I'm loving that these NFL coaches, these NFL coaches, ex-NFL players are really diving in on it. Like they're not so bent on getting themselves to a D1 college, or which they could probably easily do at some position, but they're not going to come in as a head coach. And I think this is a good experience too for some of these players that have played the game, and they're the older ones. They're the older guys like Deion, Eddie George. So they got a different mentality than some of these younger coaches that are in the game now. So we may get to see a different turn of players here that are getting taught to be humble and understand the game and come out, and when they come into the NFL, maybe they have a different perspective than, oh, I'm rich now, let me go spend this money. And these kids come out and they're like, oh, well, look, these guys have been there and they're invested. They are not broke. They got all this going on for them. So to me, this is I think it's much more than just them coaching.
Yes, it is, man. Because you got to think about it like this: like him going to this school right here, with Grambling State. Now we already know Grambling State's history, man, with Doug Williams coming from there. The legendary coach, God, I can't think of his name. I remember watching him a lot. Oh man, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but watching him coach that organization. I mean, that coach that school for so long that he did. So it's rich on tradition. Grambling State is not just one of those HBCU school that's gonna, you just look at it and be like, all right, cool, that's Grambling State. No, it's a whole lot of tradition behind that, and I know for sure their fans, I mean, the people, the alumni, all of that stuff, they support it 100%. But like you said, this is deeper than football. This is deeper than all of that other stuff. Now these guys, they get the they get the knowledge of being able to take care of your money, understand what it's like to get to the next level, because now they
What
have
it takes
people
to
in
get
place.
there.
Yeah, they've seen people in those, they're talking to people that's in those positions. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it again going back to Jackson State. Dion put out videos on YouTube where he showed behind the scenes stuff where he's talking to them about, listen, don't do this. This is what you shouldn't do. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to move. And it's helped a lot of them. And like you said, it alluded to that. Once these kids start to see this, again, especially the Black African American kids, some of them want to go to the PWI. Some of them want to go to the Power 5 schools. I get that. But some of them just want to be in that
Part of
comfortable
something, right.
space. Because a lot of, I mean, again, being around this, I didn't go to one myself, but being around it, man, I understand. It's a family atmosphere, and it really is a family atmosphere.
There ain't
And
nothing like
those
it.
kids, yeah, and some of even their parents, like you see it in PWIs. Their parents go to Boston College. They're gonna go to Boston College. But in the Black community, it's the same exact way. Dude, they talk about it. You hear the stories. I sit outside of a hotel when I was at the Bayou class. I talked to a man who went to Southern University. He asked me, hey, you got a kid that's here? No, I was there supporting a kid from my hometown who was playing at Southern at the time, who now plays for the Winnipeg Bombers in Canadian Football League. But he kept telling me how his daughter was going there. He went there. His wife went there. His dad went there. It's like the tradition just carries on.
Right.
But like I said, this here and being now that they're getting on that football stage, you're gonna start seeing more of them games on ESPN on Saturdays. They did have College Game Day at one of the schools this year. That was a huge stride forward.
Right.
Like, we need this. HBCU schools need this.
100%.
So
100%.
like I said, I'm excited about this hire. Even if it doesn't take off of the ground the first year, it's exciting news to see that they're finally starting to get the recognition, getting people in the right places that can actually help them. Again, we still got to worry about the funding of the schools. That'll come.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you start getting those big recruits, and that just translates to money.
Yeah.
I mean, it translates into it. It'll all go into it. I mean, the marketing, and I mean, if you're getting on ESPN, that's gonna bring a ton of, like, if you get a game on ESPN, you're gonna have fans galore at the stadium just because it's on ESPN, and you got the concession stand booming, you got all of it going out the doors. I mean. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely got a lot to help. I mean, there's a lot of it to help these kids, and that's the big thing for me is the kids are getting to learn. They're getting the opportunity to be taught how to make it to that next level, what they can do if they don't make it to that next level, type of deal. Mm-hmm. And that's huge because, like, some of these kids, they come from broken homes. They come from
100%.
They come
100%.
from bad neighborhoods, and that's the only 100%. Thing they know. And that's their goal to get to the next level or get out of where they're at because they don't want to be a part of it. And now with these guys coming in like this that have that knowledge, it's gonna be huge for those kids.
Right. And I'll say this too, guys. Like, if you guys are fans of sport, especially college football. I mean, I'm a college football fan. I'm a college football fan of all college football, not just the top schools. I like to go deep down to the ones that don't even get no recognition. But let me say this, man. If you have not, I put my stamp of approval on it, man. If you have not taken the time just to go and be not only at the Sugar Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the national championship game, take the time to visit one of these HBCU rival games. Start with the Bayou Classic. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. If you are all about pageantry, atmosphere, all of that stuff, you won't be disappointed, man. It, like I said, you see this game on TV. They play it on TV on Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving, they play it. But it's nothing like being there. And you actually get to see a group of people, families, love, all of that around, and it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Because like I said, after that one experience, man, I've already said, I mark it on my calendar like, this is where I'm going. Boom, 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 boom. And I make sure I hit all of those every year.
Nice. And moving into this one about to get saucy. EA Sports supposedly speaks out that we're getting college football back in the summer of 2023. Can we put our trust in that they don't mess this up?
Say this.
Because I mean, what, 2014? I think that was the last time they made it. But I mean, yep. Or was there one after that? Because I mean, I know 2014 was the best one they made.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been some time. They're able to use a player like this now. They're allowed to do all that stuff they got in trouble for that made them lose the game.
Yep.
How you feeling?
I'm gonna look. Listen, those of you that are viewing this live, I want y'all to look me dead in my eyes because I'm serious business. I'm dead serious business. I'm about to turn 41 years old next week. Hear me when I say this. I've been playing video games for a long time. I've been playing Madden, Game Day, Joe Montana football, all of this stuff, man. All of it. College football, that's my baby. If anybody in EA is viewing this, hearing this, listen to this voice right here. You got one shot. One shot to do this right. I'm not big on, listen. No disrespect to any MUT player, anybody that does all of the fantasy stuff. Listen to me when I say this. You got one shot. Take your MUT. Don't try to bring it into college football. Don't do any of that. We want coaching carousel. We want road to glory type mode. We want college football at its finest. I'm not going to sit here and let it slide till 2023 only to go and give you. Not only, I'm not even going to give you, because I'm on a new gen console. I'm not going to give you the 60, the 70. If you make $100 version, you got my money. But I'm going to tell you like this. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. You're going to hurt the heart of the people, man. When they made the announcement that it was coming back, to me, I probably could have cried, man. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I probably could have cried that day, man, because I was like, I'm one of the ones that, you know, we was moving to the next gen, the different consoles, and I got rid of my NCAA 14. I still got my PS3, and I cannot find a copy. Dude, if you find a copy, it's going for like $300, $400. Yeah. I'm like, listen, but EA, don't screw this up for us, man. There's so many people out here that are waiting for this. We have seen, man, listen, me and you both, we done went through it. We hurt.
Hey, I feel you, bro. That was my favorite thing about franchise, man, was being able to take everything you work through that you build in your dynasty and take those players over, put them in the draft, and
Oh,
try to bring them into your team.
right, bro. Like, and then not only that, your recruiting was so unique, man. I think it was at one point I played the game so much, man. Not even gonna lie, I had my Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They wasn't even really that good. Bro, I had played the game so much, went through so many years of franchise. I had a receiver. I knew every single game. Nobody could catch him. All I had to do was throw the streak. He was catching the ball. Because your recruiting was that in depth.
Right.
You can't do like they literally cannot do us like they have been doing us, man. And we see it now. Oh, everybody that's probably following the show, that are gamers and stuff. Like we've seen it. We see it day to day on Twitter, man. MLB The Show franchise suffering. Madden franchise. They're not even touching it anymore. Like, come on, man. What about the offline players? I get it. You want to make your money. I get all of that. You want to
they make too much money.
But dude, this game right here ain't dedicated to that type of style play.
I would like to see them separate like MUT. Like take MUT, make MUT its own little thing. That could be Madden MUT, blah blah blah. Like let Madden franchise and stuff like that by itself. You know what I mean? Just let it by itself. Let it be a game.
But what scares me the most out of this, man, we got most of the development team from Madden who's going over to it. That's scaring me. Because we already see the backlash that's going on.
They confirmed that the Madden, that's what they're doing. Is they're putting the Madden development team
I
over?
swear I read it somewhere, bro, that that's what was happening. But at the end of the day, man, like you
might not get my money right away. They might not get it right away.
You can't mess this up, man. You just can't, bro. Like if EA really wants to put themselves back on top, make this college football game, like someone says in the chat, make this college football game with the NCAA 14 foundation and build on it. Right. Make this game like that and build on it. If you don't, man, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. I might just be done for a minute. I might take 2-year break because I'm gonna be so heartbroken, bro. Like I literally sit and just watch people play the revamp mode. Shout out to all the revamp players out there, man. They're doing a good job putting the game, making it relevant still to this day to play. But EA just can't mess this up, man. They can't. They're killing us on franchises and all that other stuff, and we know that's what they're not catering to now.
I mean, I'm a big franchise person, and like hearing the NCAA was coming back, that was the first thing I thought in my mind. I was like, are they going to integrate it? Are we going to be able to take our guys in the franchise and Because I'll play the living Jesus out of a franchise just to import them guys in. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to import my guys in as they leave, so I can keep those guys that I liked and bring them in, or actually have the names of those guys getting transported in over, so you know who you were drafting. NCAA, you easily put up a 10-year dynasty. You easily running that like on 2014. It wasn't, and that was before Madden came out. You know what I mean? Like that would come out in June. You would get that. I believe you got NCAA in June. I might be wrong.
Yeah, you did. You did.
So it was
June. It was like June, July.
So it was released in June. And by the time Madden came out at the end, pretty much almost the end at that time, it would come around at like, I believe it's like the 28th. It used to come out August 28th. It would come out right towards like preseason games and stuff like that. It would come out, but you would already be so many seasons deep by then. And then when Madden would come out, you would be able to go right into Madden, and you would just be able to transport those boys right into Madden. They'd be set to get drafted and all that. So that's what I missed about it, and I'm happy to see it come back, and I'm kind of happy that they got the likeness. They can do the likenesses and they can do all that, because I mean, there was a guy, I cannot remember the guy's name, but the guy used to do it. We all would wait for it. It was one guy did it in his he would go through every team, put all the names in. He would go do all that work, and it was the most authentic import you could put into the game. Like you had every team to a T with their players, like he had their jersey numbers down, everything down to a T. And that dude would do that before the game. Like he would be ready to roll. By as soon as that game come out, it'd be like a week. And that dude would nonstop. All the teams in the game will have everybody right.
Right.
And it was just, it was amazing what people put into that thing. And it was amazing the effort that anybody would put into the outside of the game and not really get paid for it, except if people donated to them.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, now they got the tools, though, man. They got the tools to do whatever it is that they need to make this game perfect. Again, and it, like I said, it don't need to be perfect, but the core of the game has to be tip top.
Right.
Like, again, I granted, I played MUT. I played it. This year was my first year really diving off into it. I'm just not a fan of it like that. You know what I'm saying? I still play it from time to time, but as far as college football go, that does not even need to be a part of the game. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I hope they don't bring that type of stuff in.
And I really hope that this timetable that they have, again, we're just in 2021, so we got a little ways to go for this. So I mean, I'm giving them the time that they need, but I just don't want it to be where it's like, okay, now we got, I don't even know what they would call it, bro. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need that. We don't need that, man.
Right.
We don't need cut in the game, cut in the game, whatever you want to call it. We don't need that in the game. Just leave it out, give us what we want, and let us play the game. Because again, I want to be back to where I was when I brought out the notebook and I was taking notes on my recruits and what I was going to do. And then, you know, I was sitting down and I was like, okay, baby, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
It was like, definitely serious at who you were drafting. And their recruit, like you said, that's probably the best recruiting, like, of all, like, because we know how bad Madden is. Even though they did some fixing, it's still not anything to what and in depth of what NCAA 14 was. I mean, that was in depth. You took trips to their houses and everything. Like, you were sending certain coaches.
You had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, that's the stuff, bro. Like, you had a girlfriend. You didn't want to lose. You had to choose whether you was going to study or go out with her. Come on, man. Like, get us back there. That's what we want, man. We want that type of action. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. I mean, everybody, they going to be able to play their game. You still have Madden out there. You know what I'm saying? You'll still have it out there. Let them have their game. Let the college football fans do what they do. You know, if you ever want to see me do close to a 24-hour stream, make college football right. I sit here till my fingers got blisters on them. I promise you. It's real like that, man. It's so real. So we gotta, like I said, I this timetable that they're doing, I think that it'll be good, but we just got to keep a close eye on it and see how development is going and what they're talking about and so on and so forth. But right now, the tables are not looking good as far as anything that EA says.
Right.
Because, again, we see how they just dumped on the Madden franchise community. They said.
And that was where they were happening at the beginning of the season. Oh, we hear you guys. We see your fixed franchise tag and all that. And then they're like, no. Gotcha.
Money talks.
We bought the game. We got you to buy the game.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. It's terrible. That's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
We're going to get into some NBA here. We're going to get into some NBA. Are the Lakers still a playoff team? Are they still relevant for this?
What, a 13-13 record right now? Honest opinion? Or you want a fake one?
I want honest. I don't ever want fake.
Nope. And I say this because, man, listen, I've been saying it when they put the team together. Oh man, you know, we got this, we got that. Y'all missing the factors here, man. Y'all missing the fact. You got players on your team that are used to getting triple doubles every single night.
Right.
Not only do you got some players, you got a whole starting five that's used to doing that. So now, where do you put the team chemistry in? Where do you put the time in for them to gel together to be able to play with one another and be as powerful as they should be? Because again, with that lineup that the Lakers have, come on, man. I
There's
shouldn't
no
be scared.
way, right?
Nobody should ever keep up. If anything, Golden State, Phoenix. That's it. Out there in the West, no, it should be nobody else, man.
Right.
Shouldn't be nobody else, man. Every single night that they play, if they leave it all on the floor, Lakers easily win every single night.
I mean, does this arise questions for trades here? Like, does this bring in questions like Westbrook getting traded? I mean, I would think if anybody, it'd be him getting traded before like AD, LeBron. LeBron ain't going nowhere. He's going to retire a Laker. But does that raise the question for trades here?
Listen, man.
They can't win.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think they should look necessarily into trades right away. I mean, if we keep going down this road, yeah, sure, you look into trades. But it's what I've been saying for a long time with the NBA players now, man. And this is how we get in this whole conversation of, well, Kobe better than LeBron better than Jordan, and all this other stuff. But see, the conversation that we should be having right now is that, can these teams now play like the teams that used to play at old? I don't remember watching one Jordan game where he wasn't out there on the court giving 100% all game long, except for the flu game. What? No, you know what? We can't even say the play the game. He still was out there on the court. The man was sick. It wasn't even flu. It was a stomach virus. He was still on the court playing, giving 100%, scoring points. If I'm not mistaken, he probably did. He had a double-double that night, right?
Yeah, he scored. He scored a lot of points that night.
So this is the problem. This is the problem that we have in the NBA when it comes to these guys are not conditioned enough to play full 4-quarter games, 82-game seasons. We seeing them take time off. They want to sit back. They want to relax. They want to dress like, wear big sweaters to the stadium and all this other stuff. Like, come on, bro. I get it. It's a fashion statement. We get it. You got money. Okay, cool. I want to see you get out on the court and ball out like you supposed to. Sell out arenas, man. Y'all can't even sell out arenas because y'all losing. But see, last night they lost to a good Grizzlies team, a team that I like. And I say this because it's a team that I like because I like Ja Morant. I like this young Grizzly team. They hungry. They want to win too. But see, you got a team like the Lakers who got the big head. They walking around like, hey, we got all the pieces in the puzzle. Y'all can't beat us. They couldn't beat us if they tried. They showed you last night.
Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah, they showed you. They showed you. Easy. So you're beatable. But they gotta go out here and play, just like AD said, underdogs. You gotta go out here and play like underdogs. If the Lakers give you that type of mentality night in and night out, they are not beatable, man. There's no way. There's no way. If LeBron is coming down the court, full speed, big body, raising up, no way nobody's stopping them. Even if you tried to hack him, you still can push it out. You got Westbrook out there on the wing.
Right.
You got Carmelo out there. Y'all got players. You got shooters. And listen, lo and behold, I cannot stand it. I know the game is different. But AD, if I keep seeing you out on the 3-point line, come on, man. You too big to be down. Get on the paint. Get on the block. Body somebody up. Drop, step, and dunk. That's all I need you to do. You can do that. Stop trying to shoot the three. Stop trying to run a point. I don't care what you did in Kentucky. I don't care. I want to see you win games. You have all pieces of the puzzle. Use them. Jeez, man. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, no, so they're not relevant. I mean, no.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree there. I mean, there's way, way, way too much talent out there for them to be losing 13 games already. You know what I mean? Like, that's a chunk of games, and you got teams out here that don't even have that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even have that in their winning games. They got more wins. You know what I mean? And to see see the caliber of players that they do have, and they're not meshing. Like it's kind of one of those things. I mean, I've seen it with Washington. When Washington would bring in players in the NFL, Washington would bring in all these players that were kind of like prime, heading off their prime type of deal, and they would be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win," and lose all the time. It's not easy to get these guys to mesh when they're used to running their own teams. Right. They're used to being the number one dude. And I mean, that's on them too. That's on those guys sitting down and maybe having a conversation. Hey, look, do we want to win or do we want to lose?
Right.
And they got to understand it's not about them no more. You chose to go to the Lakers. You chose to sign a contract to play a team game. Play team basketball. As you said, you play team basketball here. You are going to be, every team that steps on the court is going to be in trouble. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be so powerful if they could ever get that to come together like that.
They have the same caliber team right now as the Lakers. When the Lakers had Magic, Kareem, James, Sam, they got the same caliber team. The same caliber team. This is what I don't understand, man. When the Lakers
those guys played team basketball.
They played their part. Right. They played their part, bro, and they won championships. That's all you have to do. It's not hard.
Lots of championships too at that.
It's not hard, B. Like that's what I don't understand. And people that, and like I said, I don't have nothing against it. Y'all don't get me wrong, man. I'm not a Laker hater or anything. You can call it whatever you want to. If I am, I am. But I'm a Miami Heat fan. So, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen what hard work takes. You know what I'm saying? We had LeBron over there. I criticized LeBron when he was in Miami too. The dude don't give you 100%. He's just not doing it.
Plays off.
If he gives you that 100%, he's unstoppable, man. He waits to the last minute when his back is against the wall, man. When his back is against the wall. I want to see that same back against the wall LeBron from the start of the game to the end of the game. I don't care how old you are, man. Come on. Do something, man. Do something. Make this team work. Make this team relevant. Right. Again, they asking the question. Is their season, is it going to depend on Russ and LeBron? No, it depends on Russ, LeBron, AD, Carmelo, all the rest of them on the squad. Even Dwight Howard, you in the mix too. Out there trying to color your hair and doing all this other stuff. Play ball, man. Like, we got to, man, listen, I'm telling you, this is what's wrong with the NBA, man. It's become a fashion statement. It's a fashion show. That's all they want to do. They want to be looking pretty, man. If that's what y'all want to do, okay, cool. I said this too at the beginning of the season. Again, when they set the team up, what did you hear about them doing practicing? Did you hear them talking about getting team chemistry together? Did you hear them? Did you hear Frank Vogel say this team is working toward a championship? You did not. Frank Vogel don't even know if he got control of the team at all. I think LeBron is the head coach, really. LeBron is the head coach in the jersey.
You think?
Head coach in the jersey, man. I mean, let's be real. The dude ain't. I mean,
that's definitely not a good thing though. If it is,
you just got. I mean, you got to be 100% real right now, man. And be like, okay, this team does not deserve to be 13-13.
Absolutely not. I agree 100% there. Like, definitely not. There's no way. Like, who would have thought it would have been that? You know what I mean? Like, when you seen that roster come together, you were like, damn, well, we know who was going to be battling for that. You know what I mean? You would have thought, hey, look, they're guaranteed pretty much an NBA. They're going to make it to the finals. Now you don't even know they're going to make the playoffs.
Right.
To me, that's a weird. I mean, it's just, I don't know. They got to get it together quick though.
But they got to, because you got Phoenix out here, bro. We just talked about them. We just talked about how Phoenix and Monty Williams got that team right now, man. They went on 18 games before they lost, right? 18-game winning streak. They don't have half the team that LA Lakers have, but they went on the 18-game winning streak. You know why? Because they're underdogs. You know why? Because they hungry to get back to what they lost last year.
Right.
Lakers ain't got nothing to be hungry for, man. They just want to be fashion statement guys. Look good, be on the camera, do the hair, whatever. LeBron, cut your hair off, bro, because it's over. It's over. Let it go, dog. I mean, I'm tired of seeing you listen, man, I love you. You my dog, but let it go. That stuff up there, man, you keep putting that black in it, sweat out. Listen, cut that thing off, man. Wear hats. Y'all wear hats anyway. You wearing hats when you ain't playing ball. Come on,
Right.
do something. Put a headband on. That's fine. It'll rock.
Let
but
it
still,
go. Let it
But still,
go.
at the end of the day, man, like I said, they in trouble because you got Phoenix, you got Golden State,
Yeah, and they ain't slowing down. Them two teams are not gonna slow down and wait for you.
right? 100%.
They just gonna bury you and let you right where you're at.
100%. And look, Golden State trying to get Clay back. So if they get Clay back, that's gonna make them even more dangerous, man. Make them even more dangerous. This championship this year could easily come out the West, easily. But it's gonna be. We know for sure it don't look like it's gonna be the Lakers. It don't look like it's gonna be the Lakers. And for all you Laker fans out there, you ones that you've been riding with the team for a long time, and the ones that you just started liking the team, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. You might want to take a trip out there to cryptoarena.com to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
CryptoArena.com.
Cryptoarena.com to see what's going on.
That's probably what it is. That's right there is what it is. They changed the
Bruh.
name. They changed the name and they just went downhill with it.
Everything just gone, bro. Change the name to the arena. The team just can't get right. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, again, bro. This right here. I could talk about this all day long because again, you see this team be put together, man. I'm like, when it's put together, it was making me sick on my stomach. I was like, dude, they gonna really win. Nobody's gonna take them out. They gonna easily win this chip. It's just gonna be just like that. But to see how it's unfolding, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Maybe if you get Frank Vogel out of there, you put a new head coach in the position, maybe you will win. What's up with Walton? Can we not go get Walton? Can they not do that?
I don't know. I mean, they got the money. They just got paid how much for their name. So they got plenty of money out there.
Crazy.
But let's get into this. We gotta get into this before we get out of here. We gotta get into these NFL picks. Gotta get into these NFL picks. Almost forgot about these today. But luckily my brain functioned at one point and caught the light for like a split second. It was like, we didn't do our picks. Because we are not on the rest of the weekend.
I got me one win on the board, so I appreciate that, Vikings. Thank y'all so very much.
So we're gonna start out with the Dallas Washington game. I'm going Washington because this just I cannot pick Dallas. That's not allowed. It's not like you can't have any like Dallas Juju blood running around here. Nothing like you can't have it. Can't do it.
I seen blue light. I seen blue lights down there.
That's why they're white now.
Oh.
See? Changed it. No, sir. No. Not why we're picking that. That's Juju. That's bad Juju. Can't have it. I'm going Washington here. Washington got it the home game. Dallas has got to come in with they're confused on offense. They think they played defense last week against the Saints, but they didn't. I mean, it's the Saints. Come on, and you play Taysom Hill. And we know Tyler Heineke is not Taysom Hill.
Right.
So
100%.
You got a whole nother it's a whole nother ball game for Dallas. Like you said, I don't know what they do with their run game. I mean, the run game, if they don't run like they've been not doing, and we know Mike McCarthy likes to throw the ball. Yeah. It's easy. Stop here.
Easy. Mike McCarthy still think he's in Green Bay, man. That's the problem.
He does.
No more, man. You don't have that team no more. You got to run the ball. Get Tony Pollard the ball. Let him do his work, and you easily win the game. I'm definitely going with that. I'm definitely going with the team.
The team.
I keep wanting to say that. Washington.
Yeah, that's why I say Washington. That at least something comes out, instead of the team. That's why I always say Washington. That's what I've learned and taught myself to say is Washington. So one day we'll be able to call them something. I don't know what it's going to be,
not
but
the
one
Commanders,
day,
not the Commanders, bro.
That's man. Everything I'm reading, that's what it's about to be. I'm telling you.
Man. No.
And trust me, I'd rather say Commanders than Washington or the team.
Red Wolves sound a lot
So
better.
now we're going into into this game. I mean, this is probably gonna be lopsided as it's gonna get. You got Jacksonville going to Tennessee. And Tennessee just picking up Zach Cunningham off waivers. That's gonna be another little piece to the defense that's gonna help them out. What's your take, man? What you call here?
Well, Tennessee, man. You know, I like that Tennessee defense, man. They play hard when they need to. That Tennessee defense really showed me what they were about when they played against the Rams. Thank y'all very much for beating the Rams. We put another L on their column, too. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so very much. But I'm definitely going with Tennessee in this one, man. There's no way they can lose this game to Jacksonville. Again, Jacksonville is just a team that exists right now. I mean, with they 2-10, but I'm still not sold on Trevor and his way he's trying to run. It is what it is. Tennessee wins this one by a landslide. It's easy.
I'm with you. I'm diving in on this myself. I'm going Tennessee. No questions asked. Mr. Lawrence, keep doing your shampoo, your Subway commercials instead of being in the locker room making your hair look all pretty, all that nonsense. I'm riding with my man. I'm going Tennessee. Now we head into this other game that's just as bad. This one could be messy. Like it could be so messy. This could be look. You got Seattle traveling to Houston. And you got the Texans naming their rookie the starter for the rest of the season. The rookie is starting.
Oh.
Mr. Mills is the new starter down there.
Oh.
I'm going Seattle. I'm going Seattle.
I was about to say, bro, I gotta go Seattle on this one too. Being as they are coming off a win. Yeah, they're coming off a win, but I gotta go with Seattle on this one. It's more time for them to try to build up the team to see if they can actually do something here. I mean, Russ gotta continue to try to prove himself that he's not washed up. Because again, this is probably his last time we'll see him in Seattle. But
he said washed up.
I think that they win this one. I think they win this one big. They win this one.
They don't win this one big, boy. I don't know.
They win
Seattle
this one big.
fans, if y'all don't win this one big,
be on the lookout for Pete Carroll because he's gonna be on the market.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna be on the market.
Y'all, so then we head into this one. This one is interesting because I was actually super impressed with the Raiders, how they play Washington. I thought without Darren Waller, we were cool. We were gonna coast. It was gonna be a coast win, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that way. Everything came down to the last second. So they play KC. They're traveling to KC. 1:00 game. Probably gonna be a little cold for them Raider fans going into KC.
And windy.
But you got KC playing at the top of their game right now. But you got a team that seems to be hungry in the Raiders. Which way you going, man?
I gotta go with Kansas City on this one. Gotta go Kansas City on this one. I mean, I still be thinking that, Pat Mahomes is in a proven stage with all the, backlash he's been taking this year with his play, not knowing that he's probably suffering from what is known as the Madden curse. But I still feel like he's in a proven state. So I see the Chiefs getting this one done and the Raiders still just losing. Because again,
I'm gonna go opposite of you here. Go opposite of you here. I like the underdog, and to see what Carr was able to produce without his top tight end, and what's going on over there. That was huge to me. Like I really thought it was gonna be a cruise. We were just gonna go there. We're gonna win. We're gonna get back on the plane. No, and they had to give me a heart attack and all that nonsense before they did all that. I'm gonna go with the underdog here. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I think they might be able to do this.
Okay. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be. Then we go to this one's even uglier. I mean, this game, like, why do we gotta have these games on the schedule right now? Like, just can we just just let these guys stay home and not have to watch this? You got the 5-7 New Orleans Saints traveling to the New York Jets that are 3-9. I don't know which way I'm going here, but I think I know which way I might go. And I think I'm going to go with the New York Jets.
Well, I'm going with the line that's in the middle in between both of them. I ain't even trying to pick, man, because I don't even. This right here, dude, like, come on, bro.
He said, I'm going with the line in the middle.
But no, I'm going to be real. I'm going to go with the Saints, man, because Alvin Kamara's back this week. So the Saints win this one. Saints definitely win this one.
I don't know. But like I said, I'm taking the Jets.
Jeez, man.
I'm going out. Yeah, bro. I'm going out here. I just don't think Taysom Hill got what it takes, man.
Listen, he going to hand the ball off and they're going to run the Wildcat. It's going to be a done deal. It's going to be a done deal.
I gotta go with the Jets here. This is the first time I think all year I went with them, so I'm gonna go with them. Jump. I'm just jump.
Right.
And hope for a landing. I'm just take the leap and hope I land on my feet.
Have fun.
Then we got this one. This one's even. I don't even know. This is just as bad, bro. Like, I mean, like Atlanta versus Carolina, both are 5-7.
Cam want to win, man. Cam done said he 0-2. He at this point he putting past all the news of Joe Brady getting fired. He put all the backlashes on Matt Rule for taking up for Joe Brady. Cam is like, listen, I want to win, man, and he done already put it on his back. You know what I'm saying that he's the cause of all this. So he's out here trying to get a win. So what better way to do it than to do it against a rival game?
He old, guys. Don't mind him. He's old.
I'm old.
He need a nap already.
I'm old. I just caught that one. But at the end of the day, excuse me, guys. But, I mean, that one came out of nowhere, actually. But like I said, I think that he gets this done against Atlanta because, again, they're playing in Carolina. It's gonna be a pretty fun game. You know what? I might even just watch it because I want to see if Cam is able to get a win too. So that's the thing.
I'm going to go opposite of you here. I'm gonna go Atlanta. Just because I've seen the way they've played against the Bucks. They stayed in that game. They made the Bucks have to fight for that game when they played them. If that same mentality can come into it, like Atlanta's on the bubble still. They're still in the bubble for a playoff spot. Amazingly, I mean, it's amazing. You know, like who would have thunk?
Very amazing.
But they have a shot here, and like I said, we got Cam 0-2. What Cam's gonna show up?
The Cam that wants to win, man.
He still gotta produce. So I'm going Atlanta here just after that game. Then we come into Baltimore. We got Baltimore versus Cleveland. Baltimore's gonna be hungry. It's a division game. Cleveland, we don't know what's going on out there. We know one thing. We know Baker Mayfield is the problem. He's the problem. I mean, we all know it now. His distraction was gone that he said was his problem. He's gone. Okay. And he's still losing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Baltimore bounces back in this one and gives them a good old smacking.
And you got it right. I'm going with Baltimore as well. I mean, after losing that game, just barely losing against Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, Baltimore want that. They want that get back. It's time. Y'all get to see Lamar Jackson get slippery again because it's getting ready to happen. Lamar Jackson gonna have 100 yards on the ground. Watch.
100 yards on the ground.
100. Watch.
Yeesh. Then we got this ugly game here. Got the ugly one. I mean, it's ugly. Got the 4-8 Giants traveling out to the Chargers.
I mean, let's not say it's too ugly though, because we know that Keenan Allen is not on the field for this game, bro. He's not on the field for this game. And so now we gotta have to see if Justin Herbert can get it done. I need you to get it done, Justin. You're my fantasy quarterback. I need to stay at the number one spot, sir. So
I'm going with the Chargers. I can't. I need this. This is division game time for me. You know what I mean? I need every L in the column of any division team that I can get.
Oh God,
you need it. You know, I have to. I mean, they're the only team. The Giants are the only team that doesn't have to face their division like the rest of them. You know what I mean?
But that's the way to pick, though. That's the way to pick, though. I
need it. I need the Chargers to come out and smack the living out of them. Like just smack them, park them, hit them like your granddaddy hit you back in the day with the paddle. Pong.
I agree.
So then we get to this game. Does this really even need to be picked? But I guess since they got a win in their column, we might have to just pick this.
Pick it.
So we got Denver versus Detroit. Detroit heading to Denver. We know when you head to Denver at this time of the year, it's not easy to breathe up there because you up in the elevation mountains and they be getting you. I think it was what Ryan Clark couldn't even go play there, or somebody like that couldn't even go play because it messed with his blood.
Right. So,
do you think Detroit can knock off Denver in Denver after they just came back? One. Do you think they have another upset in them?
Come on this one. Come on this one, bro. They ready to get 2 wins. Watch this. Watch what happens.
You know what? I think I'm gonna ride with you with this one.
I'm going Detroit on this one, baby.
I mean, Detroit is probably one of the weirdest people I've ever seen where they win a game and then they fire their coach. They fired their coach, their defensive coach, I believe it was. They fired him right after the game after they win. I mean, it's the NFL. See some wild ones. But I'm a ride with Detroit. And you know what's funny is I was looking up this thing and reading this the other day. Detroit still has an outside shot to make the playoffs. How wild would that be to see that happen? Like, it's funny. We sit here and laugh about it, but there is a potential shot at this. That they can make the playoffs.
It's wild, man. It's wild. And we still can't even claim a Super Bowl champion right now. It's crazy.
I mean, the only team that's really got themselves in a position to even be kind of on that level is Arizona. They 10-2. The only one with 10 wins. I mean, you got a couple 9-3 teams, but I mean, that's crazy in itself.
Terrible. It's terrible.
And then this one, this is gonna be you. You taking this one full tilt. This is all on you. The first one.
Well, I gotta take it,
because
man.
This one is San Francisco versus Cincinnati.
We go through
get your muckle one right now.
Here we go. Sound alarms because I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot.
Should we send the train? I'll send the train through. Here it comes.
I'm coming in hot. Y'all already know I'm coming. Here you go. It's how I'm coming. Listen, we suck. Do we lose this game? Oh, we finna get our ass whooped. I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, listen, Cincinnati lost. They want some get back. Jimmy G, trash. Josh Norman, trash. And we got Debo still questionable, man. We don't have Fred Warner out there. I think he's still questionable as well. Oh, we finna get our ass toe up. We ain't got Elijah Mitchell. We getting our ass toe up right now. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at hopefully getting into them playoffs, man. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. Not with this right here. With it going up against the 75 Bengals. Listen, I would love to beat my man. I would love. But we going to Cincinnati on this one. And this right here.
Gonna be cold.
Woo-wee. Man, we ain't out there in the sunshiny state. It's finna happen, bro. But y'all know my stance. For those of y'all that have been here on the show, I'm going to talk trash. Because if talking trash about them equals wins, count me in, G. I'm all in. But right now, I'm going with Cincinnati, baby. Let's get it. Y'all know how I do.
He picked against his team.
Gotta do it again.
I gotta do it the way I always do it. I can't ride with them on this one because I had to at least give them some type of love somewhere. This man just destroys his team. So I'm gonna ride with San Fran. They gonna put Joey B on his back here, get the dub.
All right.
They gonna put him on his back, get the dub. They gonna put up at least 2-3 sacks this game, get the dub.
Oh boy.
Then this is the big one. This one's rocky. We got Buffalo 7-5 heading to Tampa Bay 9-3. Oh, he needed a drink for this one. He got something to say.
You know I'm watching this one. You know I'm watching this one right here, man. I've been saying it, and we talked about it last show, man. Are the Bills okay? Will they be okay after Sunday? Because again, you get ready to play the dog. You get ready to play the dog of the NFC South. Ooh-wee.
Like I said, right here where I said if they can't beat them, their season's probably done.
Oh man,
they gonna have to beat them, and they gonna have to face them in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough on you, man.
I mean, I got ride with Tom on this one.
I ain't got no choice but to either, brother. I'm going right on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fire the cannons up, baby, because it's on. Boom, let's get it.
Let them rip. Boom.
Let's go, baby.
Taking the Bucks, boy. That one, man. Josh Allen. You better be on point.
Man, I think after this one, man, if they lose this game, we start to see Bill Mafia fall apart.
Oh, they gonna be all over the internet. Like, man, we thought Josh was good. We thought we had a good team.
We're gonna have to go look for him, bro.
They're gonna be like, hey, they're gonna be out there, be like, we need to get this. We need to go do this, and then they're gonna mess up their whole team.
Wow.
Then we got this game. Chicago. Justin Fields back. Can he beat number 12 in Green Bay?
Let me get this one. Nope. Nope.
You gotta get that. It's gotta pop.
Definitely
gotta pop.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Fields coming back, gotta go into like that territory, and you know it's gonna be cold up there.
Oh,
that's an 8:20 p.m. game. Freezing. And the nighttime, no sun to help you. That feels gonna be like concrete. That feels gonna be concrete. You gonna come up, you gonna think your arm broken, but it really ain't broken. It's just bleeding. It feels like life ended every tackle. Yeah. I don't think I ever would want to play in Green Bay.
I mean, he did play at Ohio State though, so he kind of
still not that cold.
I mean, they right next to it.
Yeah, but they up. They up there, boy. They up north. They up north of it. They up near the water and everything, man.
He might cold. Be like, yo, I'm used to this. Let's get it. But I don't think I don't think I'm out, bro.
I got to ride with 12 here. Even though I don't like them, I'm going to ride with them.
You got to ride with 12 on this one. 12 got this in the bag in Green Bay this time of the year. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going down.
Then we got to head to Monday night. We got the Rams versus the Cardinals.
Losing again. Let's go, baby.
The Cardinals. Yeah, Murray. I honestly don't even think this is gonna be a game. I honestly don't even think this is gonna be a game. I honestly think the Rams is gonna slide, and them boys out there in Arizona gonna tear Matthew Stafford up.
Boy,
like up with the capital P.
Up, man. Kyler Murray back on the field. DeAndre Hopkins back on the field.
I think they got Andy. Did they get Andy? I think they get Andy Isabella back yet. I think they're all but 100%.
I think so.
With this team being 100%, boy, yikes. Yikes.
I love it. That's exactly what's going down, bro.
He said, go ahead. You just want them to lose. That keeps you in the hunt.
Always want the Rams to lose. Always want the Rams to lose. Sorry, Rams fans, but I gotta go against you. I'm gonna keep.
I don't even know if we got Rams fans in the chat. I doubt it.
Yeah, we got a couple of Snoop around here.
They don't want to talk. They hiding.
That's what it is.
That's horrible. You guys can't back your team up. You just gonna let us destroy your team like that? Can't back your team up in the chat?
I love it. You get ready to catch another L. And
this ain't even a contest for me. This is a no contest. This is a unanimous decision, and they gonna win. They gonna win by at least 21.
Yeah,
they gonna win by 21 on this. I don't think these boys is ready. I don't know what happened to the Rams, but whatever happens, I heard something about McVay being traded too. They were talking about trading the coach. I was like, boy, what? Out to the Raiders.
He do too much, man. Yeah. That's a good fit for him. Let him go out there and just play around with the playbook. He won't do everything like that anyway. Run trickery. All right, let him go.
Hey,
but I love it.
All right, that one right there is going to conclude the show. We gonna leave it at Arizona. Gonna give him a big old smack now. Punch him in the face.
Love it.
And I think the Rams are on the slide. Like slide, slippity slide.
Exactly, bro.
Just like Coolio said. Y'all probably don't even know who Coolio is. Showing my age again. Gotta stop. But yo, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in.